Đêm qua ta mơ chăn gối hiền hòa, chậm thoáng hương đưa ngày đó mặn mà. Người còn bên ta, tình còn bao la, tình còn bao la.
Also in a recent report, they also do research. They report alcohol is the most troublesome.
Yes.
Compared to many others, even compared to drugs.
Yes.
Alcohol is worse than drugs to make people become the worst of themselves. It brings out the worst in people when they are drunk.
Yes, Master.
And drunken driving also kills a lot on the road. And they go to jail and all that.
Yes, Master.
Or beating people or killing people when drunk and don't even remember. Or remember, but it's too late. Yeah, when people are drunk, they don't remember anything. They do anything. At that time, the inhibiting nature or the moral standard that they have known is all gone. They're completely free of anything, good or bad.
Yes, Master.
They have no fear, no rational thinking, no reason, no logic. Nothing appeals to them. They just do anything and don't feel any responsible remorse or kind of consideration, nothing.
Right.
Too drunk. The brain is dead at that time.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yeah. And all the organs and all the nerves are controlled by alcohol.
Oh.
Alcohol frees you from all kinds of conscience, moral, consideration, love, hate, anything. So anybody touches you, you just give him back a piece of your punch and then kill people or injure yourself by falling down, whatever.
Yeah.
They say alcohol is the worst thing of all the harmful substances, yeah, including drugs and other stuff.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master. A new startling study comparing the damage alcohol does to your brain versus marijuana.
What they found was that drinking alcohol was associated with long-term changes in the structure of both gray and white matter of the brain. Now, this seems to indicate that alcohol may actually be worse for your brain than smoking marijuana.
There is one drug you won't see on there, even though it is a hell of a lot more dangerous than pot or even cocaine. It's alcohol. The thing about alcohol is it's really bad for you, lethally bad for you. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say there are 88,000 deaths each year attributable to alcohol. About 25,000 of them are just direct overdoses. Then there's all the other nasty stuff alcohol leads to. It's a big contributor to violence, to crime, to addiction. It breaks up families. It gives people cancer. It gives them liver failure.
We pulled together an expert panel and we used this new technique called multi-criteria decision analysis. And that looks at all the kinds of harms that a drug can do, from whether it can kill you when you take it to whether it actually causes environmental problems. We discovered there were 16 separate harms, and we ranked all the drugs on those harms, and then we weighted the harms. And amazingly, out of that, to my surprise, alcohol came top. Alcohol was the most harmful drug in the UK. And when you look at the reasons for that, you see it's because the social harms of alcohol are so enormous. The harms due to health costs, due to road traffic accidents, due to violence in the streets, domestic violence, those are the ones that make alcohol in the UK the most harmful drug.
And the priests in Catholicism are allowed to drink as much as they want, of course. Who is there to control them? And they have money.
Yes.
They have donations all the time.
Yes,
Master.
If not, they can ask from the Vatican. Yeah. If you don't ask for a lot, you will have it. Or at least one of the faithful would feel sorry and then give it to you. They don't even know what you're doing with it. They think you give it to the poor or do something holy and sacred with that money. You see, they trust you. They give it to you.
Yes,
And then you can go and drink and whatever. And after you're drunk, you know nothing anymore.
Yeah.
But these priests, they are not doing it when they're drunk only. It doesn't seem like that only.
Yes.
They just did it because they want to. Because they have this satanic tendency within them or are being affected by others, influenced by other priests. If he can do it, you can.
Yes.
Master.
Just like if you're with good people, you become good. If you're with bad people, you become bad.
Right, Master.
They say, tell me who your friends are, then I know who you are. Yeah, in Vietnam we say gần mực thì đen, gần đèn thì sáng. If you are messing with the ink, then you become blackened. Huh?
Yes.
Yes,
If
Master.
you're near under the light, then you can see everything clearly.
Mm.
It's just a parable,
Yes, Master.
meaning you should choose wisely your
Yes.
company, your friends.
That's right.
I'm done with that question.
Yes, Master.
Yes,
Thank
Master.
you.
Have I answered completely?
Oh, yes, very complete. Thank
Okay. I could never talk enough about all these things. But just let it be that for now.
you. Yes, Master.
Because I'm boiling inside. Whenever I think of that, I have to shut it down in order to work. But whenever I'm not working, I cannot bear it. The pain is terrible. I'm feeling also frustrated, like useless, helpless. I cannot rescue these children. And it's still happening, and it will continue to happen if nobody does anything, if the government turns the blind eye, and if the so-called chief of the Vatican encourages it by his talk.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Okay, any more from the team? Huh?
Yes, Master.
Tell.
A few days ago, Francis has cited a new book on nun abuse as like a warning to the superiors.
Mm-hmm.
So the book Veil of Silence, Abuse, Violence, Frustrations in Female Religious Life
Yeah.
is basically portrays everyday abuse. Mostly it's psychological and spiritual,
Uh-huh.
which has a lot of negative consequences because these nuns end up questioning their faith and even end up questioning God and the church. And they could in turn end up on the streets or even take refuge in a home for abused people. Is Master aware of this news that the Pope has cited this book?
Normally I would brush it aside because I'm not surprised anymore all this evil that they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay? The thing is, this Catholicism, they don't have any moral guidance. They are not enlightened, that's the problem.
Yes, true.
Most of them are not. How can they be enlightened if they don't have any master to open their eyes for them and to connect with God and to see the inside God's light and to hear God's word?
Yes, Master.
In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word, the sound, the silent sound, the Word without words, the sound without sound. They don't hear any of those. They don't see any light.
Yes.
They don't connect with God. They're just normal, worse than normal people. Go inside there because nothing else to do or run away from society. Go in there just to be some big shot, being nourished by people, worshipped by the faithful, and just doing not much.
Yes, Master.
If some people do some charity and work taking care of orphanages and all that, it's not too bad. But mostly they don't need to do much. They don't need to.
Yes, Master.
And then they're bored, they're frustrated. They don't have any faith even in God, including these mother superiors.
Wow.
They're just common people, worse than common people. The common people, they have things to do, they have goals, they have work, they have jobs,
Yes.
they have responsibilities. So they have more variety in their lives. The nuns, they just close in the cluster and doing not much all day long,
Right.
except prayer time and all that.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
yes, Master.
What for are you praying when you are not having anything within you?
True.
I'm sure some nuns and priests are sincere when they pray, but not all of them. Most of them are not. Just take it like a job, an easy job. Easy job, have everything, all privileges, immunity even, from murder, from rape, and from embezzlement, whatever, whatever in the society is forbidden. They can do it all in broad daylight.
Yes, Master.
And even the government knows doesn't do anything, turn the blind eye, because they don't want to touch it.
Yes, Master.
They're afraid the people will say, oppression of religion.
No.
Yeah. They could turn it around and make it like that.
Yes.
And the outsider understands nothing, the faithful understands nothing, also rise up. And then becomes like a revolution, religious revolution, and then killing again each other. Now, many times we have war because of religions.
Yes,
Yeah,
Master.
yes, Master.
Yeah, the war within religions is still going on.
Yes.
And apart from that, they make war with little children, defenseless children, unarmed children.
Yes, Master.
Their parents feed them, feed the priests until they're fat and big and strong. And then they use all that to go against their children. They're weak and defenseless and small children.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
This is the utmost evils of all. Just like you bite the hand that feeds you. You hurt the children of the people who feed you, who support you, who believe in you and who worship you, at least revere you.
Yes, Master.
Because you live the holy life, the ideal life that they could not. But they don't know. The common people outside, they're working honestly and they still believe in God in their heart. They are more pure, more good than these pedo priests.
Yes, Master.
They should be in jail, should be locked inside forever so they don't ever harm one hair of any other children again. That's what I would do if I'm the government.
Yes, Master.
Because otherwise they continue to harm the children. Once they taste something like that, they will not let go.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
It's become a habit. So easy. Why not?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
And one learns from another, so that all the priests become rotten and corrupt. Because after all, they're just normal men. They have hormones in them.
Yes, Master.
And then nobody checks on them, nobody does anything. They're so free to do whatever they want, including raping children and killing them. They're out of control.
Yes, Master.
All these priests must be cast out of society or imprisoned to prevent more harm to the children. My God.
Yes.
Yes,
The
Master.
government has to protect the children because the children are their citizens.
Yes.
And the priests are also their citizens. To jail them doesn't mean punishment. It's to help them even.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So they have more time to think about it.
Yes.
And in the prison, they can learn to do some craft and do something at least more useful to the society than just sitting in $1,000,000 houses or driving luxury cars or eating in first class restaurant or whatever.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Yeah, and live every day well. And then doing harm to the people who feed them, who clothe them,
Yes.
who pay tax for the churches, or who give donations every time they go to the church. They are the ones who keep the priests alive and well. And they turn around harming their children, their patron's children. Do you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
The parents of the children who are keeping them alive and well and good and prestigious.
Yes,
So this
Master.
is a betrayal also to someone who helps you, who feeds you, who clothes you,
Yes, Master.
who pays the tax to keep you also, not just donations. In some countries, they have church tax and it's automatic, like a teaching system or something. You give 1/10 or something,
Yes, Master.
10% of what you earn, and they took it automatically. It's deducted from your paycheck. I'm told like that.
Yes, Master.
Đêm qua ta mơ theo cánh nhạn hồng, lạ lướt mây xanh thanh thang trời lộng, một đời thong dong, một đời thong dong.